Thank you very much, Kim. And I don't know about you, but did you notice how much cooler it is today out there? It's comfortable. Don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying it. But before we take a look at our specific details, let's check in with Chrissy. It's beautiful, isn't it, Chrissy? And for people who like it feeling like the low 40s, it's certainly not today. We've lost that humidity, but it's still a really seasonal kind of day. Same thing as we head through the day tomorrow as well. So a few nice days ahead. As we take a look at the long-range forecast, I know you want to know about Labor Day. The computer models are just not agreeing. It looks like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's a chance for showers, but I'm not saying it's going to be a washout of a weekend. And actually, temperatures are going to get warm. Humidity will be on the rise this weekend as well. So we'll talk more about that coming up. Now that you've seen your top 5 videos, there's something I really want to tell you for the long weekend, because I know we're going to be back into the low to mid 20s the next few days. We're actually going to warm back up again. The models are now indicating that humidity will be on the rise and we could push 30 degrees once again. So this is all good news. But before we break those details down, let's check in with Kasia. And you know what, Kasia, as I was hinting at before, it's going to be summer-like right through the long weekend. High pressure is in place for the next couple of days, and then you can see systems brewing to our north. Some computer models indicating we could see a shower Friday, Saturday. The best chance appears to be Sunday, and we'll talk more about this next in your Long Ranger. So I can safely say that yesterday was the hottest day of 2014 in the city of Toronto. Let me show you what I mean, and we'll take a look at the temperatures and humidex values that we hit. Up until this point, we actually hadn't hit 32 degrees at Pearson Airport, so it was the hottest day of the year. Will we warm up again? Yes, for the Labor Day long weekend. So we'll talk about that coming up, but first let's check in with Chrissy. Chrissy, we're not smiling. We don't want to think about activities in the fall. Even worse, the winter, although some people are fans of, well, especially the fall season. It's many people's favorite, but the winter, not so much. As we head through the next couple of days, we do have high pressure in place. That's the good news. So I'm going to skip past this and skip right to the long range forecast. So there's still that high pressure in place as we head into Friday. There is a slight chance of a shower Friday, but we're thinking the best chance through the Labor Day long weekend is actually going to be Sunday into Monday, and that includes cottage country as well. So our 7-day forecast in Toronto, you can see a bit of cloud cover through the long weekend. Best chance for rain looks to be Sunday. Humidex values approaching the upper 30s again for Saturday. We'll talk more about our Labor Day long weekend coming up, but thank you very much, Kim. And you know, I have to tell you, I'm kind of a fan of our long range forecast. There's some warmth, there's a lot of sunshine, not as much sunshine for the long weekend as you may want, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But first, let's check in with Kasia.
It went over. Woo! All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, Kasia, for that. In the long-range forecast, as I mentioned, a couple of days of high pressure, and it looks like we could see some unsettled weather over the weekend. Sunday looks like our best potential for active weather. And notice that we hit the upper 30s for humidex values as we head into the long weekend. Now, don't go anywhere. Before we do anything else, if you're one of those people in southern Ontario thinking, should I go to the cottage for the long weekend? Should I not go to the cottage? The weather is actually going to be pretty great for it. We're going to get this resurgence of warm air again, and humidity is going to be on the rise. It's not going to be all sunshine. There will be some showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm, but certainly not a washout of a weekend. We have high pressure in place today and tomorrow. Temperatures are on the cooler side and seasonal, where we should be for this time of year, just not feeling like the upper 30s, if not low 40s like we were yesterday. And then here comes the weekend. I do think Friday's going to be okay. As we head into Saturday, slight risk of a shower. The best chance is going to be Sunday, and there'll be cloud cover associated with that. But again, not a washout of a weekend. Look at Saturday, feeling like 38 in Toronto, 35 for Sunday, and feeling like the low 30s right through the long range forecast. It's a similar story in around Hamilton over the next 7 days.
Crystal ball.
And of course, we'll take a look, a sneak peek at your holiday Monday forecast as
I don't know that it normally sounds like
I like that
Ninja
accent.
Theater, but anyway. The humidity was in place yesterday once again, and this is going to play all into the hands of thunderstorms on the way.
Yes, with a cold front swinging through, humidex values approaching the upper 30s. And this is for this evening still. As that cold front swings through, you'll really notice the difference. We'll lose that humidity tonight through tomorrow.
A lot of, like what happened in Ontario, because Ontario had the exact same story. For instance, hit 32, 30 in Waterloo as well.
Yes, and it was officially the hottest day of 2014 at Pearson Airport, so in the city of Toronto. Today, though, when you compare that, if it felt like 40 yesterday, we're only feeling like the upper 20s today, so feeling a lot cooler.
Which, as you mentioned yesterday, is something that a lot of people are like, boy, is it ever cold out? No, it's just a lot less humid out. Humidity building throughout the prairies in there, too, is why we have thunderstorms expected through central Saskatchewan.
We do, and even stretching into Alberta as well. So those are really the big stories. I don't want to mislead people, though. We have another push of humidity this weekend in southern Ontario, and we'll talk about that coming up.
That's going to be a big Saturday event. Now, let's go to Cristobal,
Yes.
because it looks now like it's going to stay south and out of the interests of Newfoundland and Labrador, but not without consequence. There is going to be at least some rain.
Right. If we take a look at the track next, it's not always the eye wall you have to worry about. It's the outer
Certainly.
bands of a storm, and we'll really start to notice the winds beginning on Friday in St. John's.
I know.
And while yesterday Pearson Airport reached its highest temperature of the entire year, 32.2 degrees, and felt closer to 40 when you factored in the humidity, we're going to see another resurgence of warm, humid air for the long weekend, but I don't think we're going to get that warm, just shy of that. And this map, or this board here, is interesting. Just to note that London and Hamilton did not hit the 30-degree mark yesterday with the rest of us. Hamilton, parts of the city did, but not at the airport. So, is it cold now? No, actually today's gorgeous, I think, and very seasonal. Our temperatures are exactly where they should be. On a map like this, you can follow the legend, but the deeper the red, the warmer the temperatures. And we're certainly not looking at a lot of reds. We're seeing some oranges trying to get to red. It's not going to be until Saturday when you really notice the warmth returning. So in Toronto, you can see 21 degrees tomorrow, 22 for Friday, 29 for Saturday. We may, in fact, hit 30 degrees again, and we will feel a lot warmer with that humidity. For more details on your long weekend forecast,
Oh, woo! Hey, it went over. Woo! All right, thanks, guys. Send it back to you inside. I'm a winner.
I'm a winner. Oh, that's our only goal, to get it over the net. And I think that was great. Another great day tomorrow. Temperatures still cooler as well for Friday. But as we head into the long weekend, look at 29 degrees for Saturday. We'll feel like 38 and feeling like the low to mid 30s right through the 7-day forecast. It's going to be an okay weekend up in cottage country, but overnight lows Friday into Saturday morning around 9 degrees. So be prepared for a cool Friday morning and a cool Saturday morning.